What is it that Rahu targets? Rahu targets your consciousness. The more you go deep into Rahu Mahadasha, there is always a strong possibility of your consciousness getting blocked to a larger extent. There are hundreds of such real life scenarios that I have come across through those who have been through all of this: sex, money, power, lust, too much of spending, and many such distractions leads the person away from his or her consciousness. Many times, a good, well-cultured woman is dragged into many sexual affairs, and many times a good man of heart is also distracted towards too much of sexual attractions. The most easy target is sex, because that is where 90% of the population gets dragged easily, men and women alike. The desire of having sexual pleasures is always lurking in the subconscious mind, and Rahu activates this desire much faster than otherwise. Then comes power, money, status. Rahu is too hungry for all of this. He can make things appear which in reality they are not. So many times I have seen women or men getting bold by the appearance of a certain person and later getting cheated or feeling betrayed. Many times you meet a beautiful woman who appears so nice and so good to your mind, and then you roll over to her, and then the grass starts growing, and then one fine day she gives you a call and says, "I am pregnant." So then you are nicely trapped, and once trapped, the journey of many miseries never tend to end. Many such stories happen around the world. Every minute a heart is melting for someone, and many times you really don't know how that someone really is. You just see the trailer, you just see the good looks and the appearance. You are yet to know the real person. And Rahu ensures that you never get to know the real person until you are completely trapped. I have seen many boyfriends miserable at the hands of their girlfriends, and many girlfriends miserable at the hands of their boyfriend. And it gets worse when the Rahu period runs on. This Rahu Mahadasha is the time to receive all that you had wished for, and also to pay back all that you had done in your past life. So some receive a windfall of pleasures and money that is in real terms to distract the person from the path of righteousness, to block his or her consciousness so that he or she gets their hands dirty. And then the miseries of Rahu begins, usually at the end of its dasha. So first Rahu gives you a lot. A friend of mine had a lot of good things happening, money, sex, status, and then everything was taken away from him all of a sudden. So Rahu basically is like a credit card. It appears appealing, and you are also encouraged to indulge in spending for pleasures. But then one fine day, the bank person comes at your doorstep, and then the real torture begins. This is a very deep subject, the subject of Rahu. My book, How to Overcome Rahu, can help you all realize more about the true nature of Rahu. Basically, Rahu period comes to manifest your intense desires. But every action has a reaction. Similarly, every desire has a side effect. For example, you may like a woman, you may get into a relationship, You may enjoy good sexual pleasures through her, but then what next? This is one part of your desire that is fulfilled. Now, the next part begins with its side effects. Either you will get married to her, or if you deny marriage, you get her curse or resentment. So, anyways, you have to walk through the second part of the story. If you deny, you will be punished. If you accept her, still you don't know whether it is going to be a blessing or a punishment. Depends on the sign and aspect of Rahu. So falling into relationships is easier. That is the first part of the movie. The second part, after interval, decides whether this movie, that is the Mahadasha of Rahu, is going to be a hit or a flop. And usually it turns out to be a flop story, but then you never know. Sometime it also turns out to be a blessing in disguise. Blessing in disguise because through your failures in relationships, you realize the futility of it and in the process evolve into a much matured person. Again, this positive outcome is possible if the person is having some consciousness to his existence. Else, he or she will get into depression and become self-destructive. Many times it happens that a married man or a woman during Rahu Mahadasha gets into extramarital relationships. A woman had Ketu strongly placed in her 7th house. Her husband had a strong Rahu in 7th house. Now how will this marriage work? The man had a very strong sexual appetite and the woman was not much interested in sex. Now it is obvious that less evolved souls in such a scenario will break up. The husband got into a relationship with his office colleague and the wife caught him red-handed. Soon the divorce was triggered. Now whom to blame? The society has made a mess of this word called marriage. A successful marriage stands on the success of a good, satisfying sexual union. But in a country like India, people paint all kind of poetic pictures about marriage without taking into consideration of the sexual compatibility. In the ancient days, the emphasis on marrying a person of the same caste was because of sexual compatibility. Those times, the authenticity of castes was in place. So that was one kind of measure to guarantee sexual compatibility. But with time, castes remained no more as authentic as they were. Mixed breeds happened along the way, and now there is absolutely no way to measure sexual compatibility by relying just on castes. So marriage out of caste is no more a taboo as it was during the very ancient days of Mahabharata or Ramayana. Now the next question would be, what can be the remedy? The remedy is simple: fast on Mondays. Because when you fast or when you do upavas, then your breathing pattern is purified due to the fasting that you do. And Monday is for the mind. Rahu is the north node of the mind. And generally, avoid eating spicy food. If you are a non-vegetarian by birth, then eat as much as non-veg as you want to. That is following your dharma. If you are a vegetarian by birth, then eat only vegetarian food. That is following your dharma. Just follow your swadharma. There is one article of mine on LinkedIn that talks about swadharma. Visit my LinkedIn profile to check and read my article. What is swadharma? The conscious part is blocked by Rahu. And so people running through Rahu Mahadasha become an easy target of black magic. What is black magic? The energy is the same but is used to cause harm. And how can someone harm you? Only when you have moved away from your consciousness. So the first target of the black magician is to target your consciousness. And with someone who is going through Rahu Mahadasha, it becomes much easier for the black magician to target and cause harm in some way or the other. So many such things happen during Rahu Mahadasha. Black magic victims, sexual scandals, money frauds, murders, theft, debt issues, and many such things happen. But if the heart of the man or woman remains pure, if the person remains conscious of his or her actions, if the person devotes himself to his or her master, then let me tell you, yes, you will have some bruises on your body, but not beyond that. And even those bruises are simply to remind you of what you have been through, so that you remain grounded and devoted to the ever compassionate Master who helped you sail smoothly through these dark tunnels of Rahu Mahadasha. I salute to the compassionate Master. May his blessings be with all those who, in spite of many difficulties, continue to walk with unwavering faith in their heart. When you all are going through Rahu Mahadasha, only 2 coins can help you sail smoothly. The 2 precious coins that Sai Baba so compassionately has offered to all of us, the coin of faith and the coin of patience, Shraddha or Saburi. Let these 2 coins be with you while you cross this challenging period of Rahu Mahadasha. And then there will be a song to it. Then there will be a dance to it. Then you will sing the song of the Lord, song of the truth. Meditate every day. And when you meditate, always remember, you are not alone. God is with you and God is watching you. Walk with faith and not by sight. Meditate.